Well, hello everybody and welcome back. Today we get to start a new installment of our Tumble With Me series. I'm really excited because I got some rocks from the rock shed that we're going to be tumbling. The rock shed is a really cool company that supplies all kinds of different things, one of them being raw material that you can tumble. So what we're going to work on today is blue Botswana agates. These are absolutely gorgeous. I haven't taken a look at them yet, but from the pictures that I saw online, they are super cool. So I can't wait to look at them and get started, see what kind of banding that they have, and what kind of banding may be exposed when we go through the tumbling process. So in this series, you get to follow along with me in your tumbling process as well. I'd love to hear what you're tumbling in the comments below. If you like this kind of video, make sure you give it a big old thumbs up, and if you're new here, consider subscribing to this channel. I make new videos like this every single week, so let's get started. Okay, so let's get started here on our rocks from the rock shed. I am pretty excited because I've never ordered from them before. Kind of cute, they gave us some candy. Now, I did order more than just the blue Botswana agates. I got some plastic pellets, and it was like the little kit that came with all of our stages of grit here. So these are all in a bunch of different little bags. And because I also got labradorite to tumble, which we won't be tumbling in this video, but will be coming up, I got what they recommended, which was 1,000 grit aluminum oxide. That is supposed to help with tumbling the labradorite. So let's see our rocks. I'm so excited. And I'll show you everything I got so that you can be excited for what we're going to be tumbling in future episodes too. So here, is the first bag. Oh, look, you can already see some bands. See it like behind that label there? Look. Ooh, yes. Okay, so here's 1 pound. And I did get 2 pounds of our Botswana agates. So that's what we're going to be tumbling today. Like I said, I also did get labradorite and some carnelian agates. So I'm excited to look at these in future episodes too. But today we're going to be focusing on the Botswana agates. So first, we're going to need our handy dandy tumbler here and get this all ready and set up. And because these are in bags that aren't like resealable, I also am going to need something to put these grits in. And luckily, you can't even see all of these. My husband loves Blue Bunny mint chocolate chip ice cream. So Blue Bunny, if you want to send me a sponsorship for how many times we're going to be seeing these containers, that would be great. But I'm planning on putting the grit in each one of these containers and then labeling it so that we can use them for the future as well. So let's get started. I think maybe we'll do the containers first and then put the grit in here. So this first one is going to be our first grit that I'll have to open. Sorry, you can hear me doing it off camera here. So here's our polish. That'll go in one. Here's our 6090 silicone carbide. We have 120, 220 silicone carbide. So this is step 1. This is step 2. This is step 3, 500 aluminum oxide. And then, like I said, the aluminum oxide polish. Now, I want to be really careful when I do this so that we don't make a big mess. I need to go get some scissors. All right, we got some scissors. So let's cut this open, pour it in, label it. I'm going to do that with all 4 of these. I know that's going to be kind of boring. So let's do a time lapse of it instead. We are back. So today, of course, we are going to be working with our step 1 6090 silicone carbide and our agates here. Now, one thing that I noticed about these agates is they're fairly large. And one thing that you don't want when you're tumbling is having a bunch of the same size or really large rocks because, they're really dirty too, actually. but that doesn't really matter because they're going to be put through the tumbler, but just kind of interesting. But you don't want them all the same size, because if they're all the same size, they end up not being able to kind of like tumble well, and end up not being able to get into little cracks like this, where if you tumble them with smaller rocks, they kind of do just a better job tumbling. So what I think I'm going to do is rinse some of these off maybe, just so we can look at them, because these are really, really cool. So 1 pound here, about filled maybe half the barrel. I did buy 2 pounds because this is a 2-pound tumbling barrel and can hold 2 pounds. I mean, depending on, I suppose, the size of the rocks, because I doubt that all of these are going to fit in here. But I'm just going to kind of put them in here to measure them so that we can, wow, these are so pretty. Holy guacamole. See how many we can fit in, and then, yeah, we're definitely not going to be able to fit the rest of these in here. Maybe go through and pick the ones that I think would tumble the best, and then save the other ones for later. So when you look for good rocks to tumble, you want ones that aren't going to have lots of big cracks or lots of pits and holes. And for the most part, like, these look pretty good. That one kind of has a lot of holes, but you can see it doesn't go super far through the rock. So as long as you're able to tumble out kind of all these little holes in here, it should be just fine. You just don't want grit getting stuck in those small little holes. But ones like this is a perfect rock to tumble. There's no obvious big cracks or chips. It's not super sharp or jagged. So this is a really good one. This one too, I like that. Well, there's kind of a big chip right there, which will maybe take a while to tumble out, but I still think it's a good one. This one, not a very good contender. As you can see, that big hole right there, that would be really difficult to get out and take a lot of tumbling. So I think we'll probably put this one off to the side. This one looks pretty good. Oh, look at that. That's beautiful. Yeah, definitely going to tumble that one. This one looks really good too. Well, see, there's another kind of big, yeah, we're going to keep this one out too because it's got that big gap. This one looks really good. Again, it's got those bumps, which all, well, not all, but lots of agates do. But that is something that can be tumbled out. They are relatively deep, so I don't know. We'll think about this one. But I think the rest that we put in here were pretty good. This big one, actually. Ugh. See if we can get it out. So like this, it's a really big pit here. That would be really hard to tumble out, these big pits. So we might take that one out. This one would definitely be really difficult to tumble. You can see that crack right there. It's also got really big dips. So probably not going to tumble this one right now. And it doesn't mean that you can't tumble them. It's just going to be more difficult, and you're going to have to really grind it down a lot more than ones that kind of have like easier tumbling qualities. This one maybe we'll keep out. I think the rest in here were pretty good though, so we'll keep those ones in. Those we'll add these and these. Now that's looking pretty good. We might be able to get away with adding, I have to decide which ones. Probably I like this one. And maybe we'll try this big guy just to see if it tumbles okay. So these are the ones that I'm going to keep out. And here's how full our barrel is. It will lose some of this mass, of course, as it is going through the tumbling process. And because there are such big rocks in here, we're also going to use some ceramic media, because that's going to really help with the small little holes and cracks that, or I should say help so that it can get into the small little holes and cracks and tumble them. Here's my ceramic media. This was actually from the last Tumble With Me series. Ooh, look, I missed a little rock. Cute. And we're going to use this media in here. I know that I said it also came with plastic pellets, but I want to try just using these for the polish stage and kind of keep this as my only use for polishing instead of using it throughout the tumbling process and just use it for polish. See how that works. Okay, sorry for the hard cut there, but I decided I wanted to wash these off, and oh my goodness, am I glad that I did. Holy cow, these are beautiful. I could not imagine even finding like one of these gorgeous rocks. Look at that. That is just so pretty. Oh, I cannot wait. Oh, look at that one. to tumble these. These are going to be so gorgeous. So let's get them back in the barrel. So glad I rinsed them off. They just seemed like super dirty, and like that is just, this is going to be awesome. And the color, like those are super pretty. You can really see that blue coming through. Ooh, I didn't even notice the bands on this one right away. Ah, I love it. Okay, so let's get these in here. We'll get our ceramic media in there. And then we can add our polish and get started with step 1. So let's just fill her full of ceramic media. I honestly think the more the better, because the more that you have, the better it's going to tumble. Well, for the most part. So let's see. No, see, that's already pretty full. It actually might be too full. We might have to take one out. Oh no. Well, maybe we should. Do you think? Yeah, that's really full. No. Okay. Maybe. We're going to take out, I think, that big one that I wasn't sure was going to tumble well. Or maybe this one. Maybe we could take this one out. Oh, but this one's so pretty. Okay, give me a minute. I'm going to decide. Make the barrel an appropriate size. Okay, I decided to take out these two. So this one I took out, and this one, which makes it closer to 3/4 full instead of like 7/8. And that's not to say that these rocks are not going to end up in here. Depending on how well these do on the first stage, we'll probably tumble them in grit 1 more than once. So as the barrel level goes down, we can add these in to grit 1, depending on how much they do go down in their mass. So now it is time to add our step 1 polish, and let's get that started. I just need to find my scoop. There it is. We're going to do 2 scoops right into the tumbler here. Perfect. And I've heard a lot of really good things about this rock shed grit, so I'm really looking forward to seeing how these rocks tumble. Make sure we'll put the lid on nice and tight and fill it with some water. We're not going to be able to do this outside very much longer here in Minnesota, so I'm kind of dreading the time we have to go back inside. That looks pretty good, because it's a lot more difficult, because as you can see, you kind of make a mess. And it's a little more difficult to keep it clean inside. So there we go. Added our water. And I actually did remember my rag today, so let's just kind of dry out the rim here just a little bit. We'll put our lid on, if I can get it on, and put these on the tumbler for 1 week. We'll check back in with them again in 1 week and see if they're ready to go on to step 2. I'm not sure. They are pretty large, but we'll see. Might be able to do a lot of work within this week. So here we go. Let's go put them on the tumbler, and I'll see you guys next week for these. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you liked this video, and stay tuned for next week when we get to move these rocks onto step 2. If you like this kind of video, make sure you give a big old thumbs up, and if you're new here, consider subscribing to this channel. I make new videos like this every single week, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!